Okay, welcome to this afternoon's meeting. Before we get going, I want to ask everyone to please bow your head for a moment of silent reflection. Thank you. Amen. Mr. Pratt.
Afternoon, Mr. Chairman. If we follow our usual precedent, our next meeting will be Wednesday, November the 6th at 2 p.m.
Very good.
Mr. Chairman, moving into our agenda, we have a supplemental utilities agenda item, docket number 2009-220C. We have a request from Office of Regulatory Staff dealing with Frontier Communications of the Carolinas.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Hamilton.
Mr. Chairman, the Commission has been made aware of a 3-week interruption in service to Frontier Communication customers in Georgetown County. The Office of Regulatory Staff and Frontier have both filed correspondence regarding the outage. I move that we direct and order Frontier to come into compliance and provide adequate service through restoration of service to its customers in the St. Luke area of Georgetown County. I move we order Frontier to do so immediately, consistent with any safety issues, and that such restoration be completed prior to or by Monday, November 4th. Frontier customers should not be required to tolerate any further unexcused delay in the restoration of service. Further, Frontier shall immediately provide the Commission with copies of trouble reports, if any, prepared pursuant to Regulation 103-653, and present to the Commission a detailed report of what caused the service interruption and what action is being taken now to remedy the outage. Once the system is restored, Frontier shall report to the Commission what it will do to prevent some similar failures at any other time in the future. So move, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Hamilton's motion. Are there questions or comments? Not all in favor?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, I was going to ask that we direct Commissioner Hamilton's proposed motion, that we direct that to include ORS and members of the legislative delegation down there, but I do see now that Frontier has addressed Ms. Boyd with a letter, and that those legislators in that area have been notified, and local officials along with ORS. So looks like that they have been CC'd by Frontier.
Okay. Is that, so you're good with it?
I'm good with it.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, on our regular utilities agenda, item number 1 is docket number 2019-325C. It's an interconnection agreement.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Howard.
Chairman, I move we approve the interconnection agreement in docket number 2019-325C. So move, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Howard's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman, Commissioners, item number 2, docket number 2013-77C, we have a request to cancel a certificate.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Urban.
I move that we grant the request to cancel the certificate of 365 Wireless LLC. So moved.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Urban's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman,
Mr. Pratt, get that microphone a little bit further towards you. He's sort of pointing out. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, in item number 3, we have docket number 2016-256C and another request to cancel a certificate and withdraw a tariff.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Whitfield.
I move that we allow for cancellation and for the party to withdraw the tariff and cancel certificate. So move.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Whitfield's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And the motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, item number 4 is docket number 2019-327G. It's agreement for transportation with firm gas standby.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belzer.
I move that we grant the request for approval of an agreement for transportation service and firm gas standby between Carolina Textile Care LLC and Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated. So move.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Belzer's motion. Are there questions or comments? Not all in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. And the motion carries.
Chairman and Commissioners, in item number 5, we have docket number 2006-401G, and its request for approval of GCRM 150.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve Piedmont Natural Gas Company's GCRM-150 effective with the first billing cycle in November 2019. Piedmont Natural Gas has requested a benchmark cost of gas decrease from the current $2.75 per decatherm to $2.25 per decatherm. Mr. Chairman, this change results in a decrease of 0.05089 per therm for sales rate schedules 201, 202, 242, 252, 203, and 204, and a decrease of 0.00089 per therm for transportation rate schedules 213 and 214. Mr. Chairman, the impact of this request is a decrease of approximately $5.09 per month for a residential customer with monthly usage of 100 therms. So move.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Whitfield's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. The motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman, Commissioners, in item number 6, we have docket number 2019-291S. This is a request for approval of a joint application regarding the sale of assets and transfer of facilities and service territory.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Irvin.
notice of the application in this matter was mailed to Moore Sewer customers on September 16, 2019. No one has moved to intervene in this docket. The Office of Regulatory Staff does not object to the proposed sale of assets and transfer of facilities in service territory. ORS points out that the near-term rate impact for customers will be minimal and all customers should benefit from an improved system with reduced inflow and infiltration. I move that we waive any further hearing and approve the sale and asset transfer. So ordered.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Irvin's motion. Are there questions or comments? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And the motion carries. Thank you.
In item number 7, we have docket number 2019-290WS, and it's a petition to intervene.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belzer.
I move that we grant the petition to intervene filed on behalf of 40 Love Point Homeowners Association in this docket. So move.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Belzer's motion. Are there questions or comments? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. The motion carries.
In item number 8, we have docket number 2019-189WS, which is a request for waiver of hearings along with approval of an application.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Irvin.
on September 25th, this commission issued order number 2019-677, holding JAC ABB's request for waiver of hearing and abeyance pending further investigation and inquiry regarding the adequacy of the company's surety arrangements. That investigation has been completed, and I move that we grant the following requests. First, the approval of the asset purchase agreement dated June 25th, 2019, and attached to the application is Exhibit B, between JAC ABB and developer, which upon completion of the sewer system transfers the ownership of the sewer system from developer to JAC ABB. 2, the approval of proposed rates and charges and the sewer pass-through rates. 3, approval of the expansion of the water service in sewage territory for JAC ABB to serve the development. 4, approval of the pass-through service charges and an administrative charge for the services of billing for the City of Clemson for Building 100. 5, approval of the pass-through charges for billing stormwater fees for the City of Clemson and monthly administrative billing fees. And 6, approval to disconnect water service for non-payment of the sewer pass-through charges and or administrative charges. Lastly, on the basis of this motion, the hearing scheduled for November the 4th would be canceled. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Irvin's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman, Commissioners, item number 9, docket number 2019-209E. We have a petition to intervene.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Chairman, I move we grant the petition to intervene on behalf of Walmart Incorporated. So move, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Hamilton's motion. Questions or comments? If not, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman, Commissioners, and item number 10, we have docket number 2014-203E, and this is proposed revisions to form contract for light emitting diode service.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belzer.
I move that the Commission approve the proposed revisions to the form contract for LED lighting service. So move.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Belzer's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman, Commissioners, item number 11, docket number 2019-323E. We have petition for approval of a ground lease agreement.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Whitfield.
I move that we approve the ground lease agreement and special service arrangement with Anderson County. The arrangement is in the public interest because, one, it allows DEC to establish a battery storage facility that will provide benefits to the DEC system during regular operation of the system, and two, will allow the provision of backup power to the Anderson County Civic Center during outages. So move.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Whitfield's motion. Are there questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman?
Commissioner Belzer.
I think, I just want to commend Duke for moving forward with this project. I think that it is the first of it that I remember, first of its kind that I remember. And I know it sounds funny just if you read it and you hear the Anderson Civic Center, but as Duke has informed us, this Civic Center is used as a shelter during disasters and other bad times during the state. If people have to evacuate from the low country, this is one of the inland shelters that they can go to. And so it is an important facility that certainly needs the backup power. And I just, I think that going forward, this is a good first step, and certainly something that we can all learn from as to the success of how this project may operate. So I'd just like to commend Duke and Anderson County for moving forward with this, and let's see, hopefully they won't need it for the disaster, but at least it'll be there for the backup will be there for other purposes that could be used. Thank you.
Certainly appreciate your comments, Commissioner Belzer, about it being a shelter, but it's obviously, of course, we are familiar with it as a commission, we've held night hearings up there ourselves, and we know somewhat have an idea of the value it is to Anderson County and to the local community. So certainly appreciate your comments, Commissioner Belzer.
Any other questions or comments? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And the motion carries. Thank you.
Staff would like to carry over item number 12.
Will be carried over. Thank you.
Item number 13 is docket number 2019-329A, which addresses emails from external stakeholders.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Howard.
Mr. Chairman, the Commissioner's Chief Clerk has advised the Commission that some parties having business before the Commission has sent intended filings to individual Commission staff members for filing. This practice has the potential to create confusion and delay. In order to ensure that intended filings are properly and timely filed and posted to the docket management system, all persons having business before the Commission are instructed not to send their filings to individual staff members for filing. Filings must be made by number 1, e-filing, number 2, faxing, number 3, emailing to contracts@psc.gov, that's contacts, hand delivered to the Commission's office, or 5, U.S. mail or private delivery service, e.g. FedEx or UPS. Parties also remind the necessity to serve all other parties with copies of any submission filed with the Commission. If staff members receive intended filing, they are instructed to forward a copy of this directed to the sender. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Howard's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. And the motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman, Commissioners, that concludes our utilities agenda. Moving to our transportation agenda, items numbers 1 through 5 are new applications, and they are item number 1 is docket number 2019-324T, Kevin Palmer, DBA Sunshine Taxi. Item number 2, docket number 2019-328T, Cameron's Village Transportation Services, LLC. Item number 3, docket number 2019-333T, Valerie Lewis, DBA VCAB. Item number 4, docket number 2019-334T, and that's James H. McBride III, DBA Ace Transportation. And item number 5 is docket number 2019-253T, and that's Strong Men Moving, LLC.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Mr. Chairman, I would move that we approve the applications identified by Mr. Pratt in items 1 through 5. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Hamilton's motion. Are there questions or comments? Not all in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. And the motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman, Commissioners, item number 6 is another new application. It's for Professional Movers of Charleston, LLC.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Howard.
Mr. Chairman, the applicant in this docket initially requested approval for a Class C certificate to move household goods with statewide authority. However, its notice was published in the Moultrie News, a publication which, according to the affidavit of publication, is a newspaper published in the city of Charleston in Charleston County, South Carolina. Counsel for the applicants has represented to the Commission that the Moultrie News is affiliated with the Charleston Post and Courier. I move that we find that applicant fit, willing, and able. However, I do believe that, and so move that the motion in the Moultrie News supports granting of authority for household good moves between points and places only within Charleston, Dorchester, and Berkeley counties, consistent with the newspaper's apparent service area. Subsequent to the filing of the application and prior to the hearing in this docket, the applicant also published a notice in the state newspaper which specifies a return date of December 11, 2019. If no objections or comments are received by December 12, 2019, the applicant may therefore move before the Commission to have his territory expanded with statewide authority without having an additional hearing. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Howard's motion. Are there questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belzer.
I just want to thank Mr. Howard for this motion. I raised the issue at the hearing about the notice, and I appreciate Commissioner Howard's handling of this matter and his motion. I was impressed with the applicant. Felt like he did certainly show and meet the criteria of fit, willing, and able. But with the publication of the notice in the state paper, I think that helped to cover the area for statewide authority, but appreciate Commissioner Howard handling it in this manner so that if there is any intervention or objection, that those can be filed before we move forward with it. So thank you, Commissioner Howard, for what you did on this.
Thank you.
This one.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And the motion carries.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, items number 7 and 8 are requests for suspension, may be taken together. Item number 7 is docket number 2017-224T, 2019-270T, 2019-271T, and deal with Gregory Jenkins Trucking, LLC. And item number 8 is docket number 2015-189T, 2019-271T, and deal with Emerald Tours Incorporated.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion in each of those items separately, 7 and 8.
Thank you, Commissioner Whitfield.
Mr. Chairman, in item 7, I move that we grant the request of Gregory Jenkins Trucking, LLC, doing business as G&G Transportation, to suspend Class C non-emergency certificate until October 30th, 2020, and dismiss Gregory Jenkins Trucking, LLC from dockets 2019-270T and 2019-271T on the grounds of mootness. The company is advised that if it fails to comply with Commission rules and regulations by this date, it will be required to file a new petition for certificate of public convenience and necessity. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we'll take that first one. You've heard Commissioner Whitfield's motion on item number 7. Are there questions or comments? Not all in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. And the motion carries. Thank you. Okay, Commissioner Whitfield.
Item 8, docket number 2015-189T. Mr. Chairman, I move that we grant the request of Emerald Tours, LLC, to suspend Class C charter bus certificate number 0372 until October 30th, 2020, and dismiss Emerald Tours Incorporated, LLC, from docket number 2019-271-T on the grounds of mootness. The company is advised that if it fails to comply with Commission rules and regulations by this date, it will be required to file a new petition for certificate of public convenience and necessity.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Whitfield's motion. Are there questions or comments? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And the motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman, Commissioners, item number 9, we have docket number 2019-314T, dealing with Cornelius Wright, DBA CNC Transportation.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Irvin.
I move that we grant the request of Cornelius Wright, doing business as CNC Transportation, to amend the application Class C non-emergency certificate to read CNC Transportation, LLC. So moved.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Irvin's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you.
And Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, the Office of Regulatory Staff has requested that we carry over items number 10 and 11.
We will carry those over.
Item number 12 is docket number 2019-162T, the application of Mom's Magic Minibus for an extension of time until June 4, 2020.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Mr. Chairman, I would move that we grant the request of Mom's Magic Minibus LLC for an extension of time until June the 4th, 2020, to comply with commission rules and regulations. So move, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Hamilton's motion for Mom's Magic Minibus. Are there any questions or comments? If not, all in favor, please say aye. All opposed, no. And the motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 13 is docket number 2019-138T. It's another request for suspension, this time until May 16, 2020.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Howard.
Mr. Chairman, I move we grant the request of Platinum Executive Transportation LLC for an extension of time until May the 16th, 2020, to comply with commission rules and regulations. So move, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Howard's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And the motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman and other commissioners, in item number 14, we have two dockets, number 2018-402T and 2018-403T, which is the application of ASAP Transportation Services LLC. They're seeking an extension of time until April 30th, 2020.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Urban.
I move that we grant the request of ASAP Transportation Services LLC for an extension of time until January 23rd, 2020 to comply with commission rules and regulations. The company is advised that if it fails to comply with commission rules and regulations by this date, it will be required to file a new application for a certificate of public convenience and necessity. So moved.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Irvin's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And the motion carries. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, item number 15 involves docket number 2019-252T, the application of Haley Wisenett, and she is seeking an extension of time until January 23rd, 2020.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Howard.
Chairman, I move we grant the request of Haley Wisenett for an extension of time until January the 23rd, 2020, to comply with commission rules and regulations. So move, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Howard's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All
opposed, no. And the motion carries. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, in item number 16, we have docket number 2019-231T, C.J. Watson Transportation, LLC, requesting an extension of time until December 5, 2019.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belzer.
I move that we grant the request of C.J. Watson Transportation, LLC, for an extension of time until December 5th, 2019, to comply with commission rules and regulations. So move.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Belzer's motion. Are there questions or comments? Not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. The motion carries. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission, item number 17 is docket number 2019-68T. Septian Jones, DBA Coast to Coast Movers, is requesting an extension of time until December 15th, 2019.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Irvin.
I move that we grant the request of Septian Jones doing business as Coast to Coast Movers for an additional extension of time until December 15, 2019 to comply with commission rules and regulations. So moved.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Irvin's motion. Are there questions or comments? Not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And the motion carries. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, that concludes today's agenda.
Thank you. If there's nothing else to come before us, then we are adjourned.
Thank you for joining us for today's post-meeting summary. These Commission business meetings are held each Wednesday at 2 p.m., and all agendas and materials are posted to the docket management system prior to each meeting. If you have questions about Commission business, we encourage you to reach out to us at robert.bachman@psc.sc.gov or via social media by following the SC Utility Consumer program on Twitter at Utility Consumer and on Facebook at SC Utility Consumer. Today's business meeting started at 2:01 p.m. with the supplemental agenda involving docket number 2009-220-C. A request was made by ORS that the Commission direct and order Frontier Communications of the Carolinas, LLC, to restore service to its customers in the St. Luke's area of Georgetown County by November 4th. Commissioner Hamilton made a motion to compel the company to do so and to mandate the company provide a detailed report of what caused service interruption and its action plan to prevent subsequent outages. This motion carried. The Commissioners then moved on to item 1 on the utilities agenda, a request for an interconnection agreement. Commissioner Howard moved to approve this request, and his motion carried. Item 2 was a request to cancel a certificate. This was granted following a motion made by Commissioner Irving. Item 3 was a similar request to cancel the certificate of a telecommunications company and to withdraw its tariff. This was granted following a motion made by Commissioner Whitfield. Next, Commissioners considered a request for approval of an agreement for transportation service with firm gas standby between Carolina Textile Care, LLC, and Dominion Energy South Carolina. Commissioner Belser made the motion to approve this request, and her motion carried. Item 5 was a request in docket 2006-401-G made by Piedmont Natural Gas to approve its gas cost recovery mechanism, updating it from GCRM 149 to GCRM 150, and for that gas cost recovery mechanism to be effective with the first billing cycle in November of 2019. Some background. Currently, the GCRM 149 sets benchmark costs at $2.75 per decatherm. Piedmont has asked that that rate be lowered to $2.25 per decatherm. ORS has filed a letter recommending the approval of this updated GCRM 150 rate, and Commissioner Whitfield made the motion to grant this request this afternoon. That motion carried. Item 6 was a request for the approval of a joint application regarding the sale of assets and the transfer of facilities and service territory from Moore Sewer Incorporated to Spartanburg Sewer District. ORS has submitted a letter stating no objection, quoting from the letter here. The near-term rate impact for customers will be minimal, and all customers should benefit from an improved system with reduced inflow and infiltration. Commissioner Irving made the motion to accept the application, noting that no one has moved to intervene and that ORS's letter underlines the benefits offered to consumers. The motion carried. Item 7 was a petition to intervene in docket number 2019-290-WS, which was granted following a motion made by Commissioner Belser. Item 8 was a request for a waiver of hearing made in docket number 2019-189-WS. On July 5, 2019, JACABB filed an application in which the company requested a waiver of hearing if no petitions to intervene were filed by August 26, 2019. On August 22nd, ORS and JACABB submitted a stipulation addressing pending issues in the matter. Today, Commissioner Irving made the motion to waive the hearing, which carried. Item 9 was a petition to intervene filed in docket number 2019-209-E, which was granted following a motion made by Commissioner Hamilton. Item 10 was a request made by Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated to revise a contract for light-emitting diodes, which passed in a motion made by Commissioner Belser. Item 11 was a request to approve a ground lease agreement, which carried following a motion made by Commissioner Whitfield. Commissioner Belser commended Duke for moving forward with this project, noting that the Anderson Civic Center also serves as a shelter for evacuees in the upstate, and that this important facility will be serviced by the backup power provided by the agreement. Item 12 was carried over. Finally, item 13 was a presentation from Commission staff on how to address electronic communications from external stakeholders. Commissioner Howard outlined the protocol wherein filings need to be submitted through either e-filing, faxing, hand-delivering, mailing to the Commission, or emailing contacts@psc.sc.gov and not to individual staff members. This directive will be forwarded to senders to ensure continued compliance and to standardize procedures. In addition to the topics discussed in detail this afternoon, Commissioners were also briefed on 120 other utility-related issues. The complete list of dockets involved, as well as links to materials within those dockets, can be found on the PSC website at www.dms.psc.sc.gov. Moving on to the transportation agenda, items 1 through 5 were requests for new certificates. These requests were granted following a motion made by Commissioner Hamilton. Item 6 was another new application. which was granted following a motion made by Commissioner Howard, who noted that notices were published outside the original standard territory and that the company could expand its service territory without filing for additional hearings. Commissioner Belzer thanked Commissioner Howard for his motion, and the motion carried. Items 7 and 8 were requests for suspension made by the ORS. Commissioner Whitfield introduced the motion to suspend for item 7 and to dismiss involved dockets in item 8 for mootness. Both of these motions carried. Items 9 through 11 were requests to amend applications, which passed after motions made by Commissioner Irving, while items 10 and 11 were carried over at the request of ORS. Items 12 through 17 were requests to amend applications. These requests were granted following motions made by Commissioners Hamilton, Howard, Irving, and Belzer, respectively. In addition to the matters discussed in detail, Commissioners were advised on 11 other transportation-related issues. You can learn more information about these dockets, as well as access the full links, through the docket management system, and again, that website is dms.psc.sc.gov. The next Commission business meeting is scheduled for November 6th at 2 p.m. This meeting will be live streamed, and you can access the broadcast by visiting our site at psc.sc.gov and clicking on the live stream button. If you have questions about today's proceedings, please follow us on social media. We're on Twitter at PSC of SC and at Utility Consumer, and we're on Facebook at Public Service Commission of South Carolina or SC Utility Consumer. You can also call our offices at 803-896-5100. Thank you.